another one of my favourites to play. This kind of came about, I can picture the song that I was listening to. It's by a band called Blood, Sweat and Tears, and it's called I Love You More Than You'll Ever Know. And I don't think the two songs sound the same, but it was definitely sort of a starting point for me. Like, this song sort of infected me in some way, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to write something that had that same sort of groove to it, and that was also sort of, you know, had those sort of bluesy sort of lyrics. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. It's a little bit different to sort of something we would have done on the previous two records, and the sort of the middle section with the harmony bit, that's definitely something new for us, and definitely, you know, something that was a lot of fun to record and to hear back when it had been recorded. Yeah, there's not much more else I can say about this really, other than it's finished off nicely with another one of Bill's great solos at the end of it.
I wanna take you to a place I go. Oh baby.
Okay, so the next song, and if you're listening to the record, which will be the first song on side B, is Personal Fantasy Wonderland. This was possibly the first song that we had together after the second album. It's definitely one that we've been playing in the set the longest from the new batch of songs. Again, just sort of came together in practice. I had the idea of the initial riff, and then sometimes when you just sat in the practice room playing something, it does just lead to another riff. It seems sometimes just having that guitar plugged in and the other guys playing around you, you can just instinctively go to the next riff, and that's kind of what happened with this one. It kind of, each bit came instinctively in practice really. It's, there were no preconceived ideas, you know, I keep bringing up this riff, and then, you know, at certain practices the next bit would fall into place. So yeah, it was one of those quite natural sort of things that came together.
Lady teaser, not a pleaser. All she does is drive the geezers insane.
This song came about from just an idea I had kicking around in my head, like a lyric idea. I had this idea of, you know, the song title, Lady Teaser, and then I was, you know, had this idea of it rhyming with geezer, you know, like this was the initial start point, so seemed quite straightforward really to get the rest of the lyrics to fall into place, but that was the initial idea, and then kind of had this syncopated sort of idea to go behind it. We initially demoed this on an old 4-track tape recorder that I'd given to our old bass player, and demoed it at his house with like an old Casio keyboard playing the drums, and you know, very rough and ready guitar and bass tracks on it, and I only had the first verse of lyrics, so I just repeated that through the song, but for the most part the structure is the same as that initial demo version. But yeah, I mean, I'm really chuffed with this one actually. It was sort of, when I wrote this sort of vocal line for it, I initially had sort of Brian Connolly from The Sweet in mind as I was doing it. It kind of felt like the sort of delivery that he would give, but I'm not that kind of vocalist, so I just did my own take on it, and you know, seemed like a logical thing to put these vocal harmonies on it. So in a similar way to sort of Devil's Advocate on Call, it was sort of new ground really, and yeah, it managed to sound good, managed to work out well. I'm really happy with how the harmonies sound.